state capture, which has been in existence, at least in terms of hearing evidence, oral evidence from witnesses for exactly a year and a day or two now.
Yes,
yeah,
two. Yeah, I think a year and a day. I think two.
And two at this point. But thank you so much for allowing us a little more time with you, Deputy Chief Justice.
Yes.
And I said two, so I'm going to restrict myself to two more questions.
Yes.
Firstly, the perception that the public has about commissions of inquiries being not just a waste of time, but a waste of precious money and a lot of money, because these endeavors are costly. How do you respond to the public to restore their faith in the veracity of this process and also its value to the public?
Well, I think 2 points need to be made about that. The first is that we can't allow impunity to prevail. We can't, as a society, allow people who have done certain things that are wrong, that may be illegal, that may be improper, to just get away without any consequences. Because if, as a society, we allow that, then our society will really degenerate into something else. So people must know that there will be consequences if you do certain things. Now, of course, you do have normal law enforcement agencies who are supposed to investigate crimes, investigate corruption, investigate certain things. But there's a context within which, for example, the commission that I chair came up. But so on the one hand, you can't allow people to get away with certain things. There must be consequences, and sometimes it is necessary to have a commission to investigate those issues properly before decisions can be made. Not every issue should go to a commission. It's only certain issues of national importance with a lot of public interest that should be subjected to a commission of inquiry, because otherwise these other agencies, the Hawks and the SIU, the NPA, SAPS, they are always there and they can do their work, and if they do their work properly, there would be consequences for actions for people. So it's a question of striking a balance. We can't have commissions for everything, but we must have commissions for some things. So,
and I'm glad you went there, because it leads me neatly to my final question, which is a while ago you talk about institutions actually doing their jobs. Now, a while back you actually indicated that you intended to appoint a task team that would investigate Parliament for its oversight role, or the lack thereof, in terms of how they are going about doing their job in the oversight role as Parliament in order to prevent the looting of taxpayers' money. So how far is that process?
Well, let me clarify it this way first. People mustn't think that I was talking about appointing some other body outside of the commission, because I don't have that power. All I was saying is I need to have a certain team, a special task team within the commission that would seek to collect evidence and investigate to what extent certain bodies, such as Parliament, may or may not have exercised their oversight obligations in a proper way, because there is a view that it may be that the levels of corruption that we have in the country, which are very high, and that the allegations of state capture, I have to wait until the end of the work of the commission to say whether there was state capture or there wasn't. But if I reach the point where at the end I conclude that there was state capture, one of the things I must look at is who didn't do their job for us to get to that point where there was state capture. what did Parliament do, because it has oversight obligations over the executive and government departments. What did they do? When did they get to see that there were problems? And what measures did they put in place? What steps did they take? So that is what I was talking about. That is still at an early stage, at this stage, but it's starting. It has taken quite some time to start, but it is starting.
No doubt you will let us in as soon as there's more or further developments in that regard.
Yes.
Deputy Chief Justice, thanks so much for stopping by and engaging us. And we wish you well as you continue with the work of the Commission.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And that was the chairperson of the Commission of Inquiry into State Capture, Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo, giving us an update on the work of the Commission 1 year on. Let's take a break.